What is up? My name is Blake. Welcome to my life, or welcome back to my life. I film hobby videos, weeks of my life. I am 26 years old, freshly married 3 months ago. We have a whole lot of house projects. I am a freshman in college. I'm actually starting my summer class today, so more to come on that. But I just film days, weeks of my life. I am actually filming I film reading content. So today is Monday, Memorial Day. We have been out of town since Friday at my sister's, had a lot of fun, got back really late last night, but we have a ton of chores to do today, which is sort of what we're doing. I'm also starting my summer class today and I have to figure that out, which means I have to really lock in. This morning, my wife and I meal prep lunch and breakfast for the week, every week. That is what we were doing today. Usually it's on Sundays, but we were out of town. So we just got back from grocery shopping. It is really early. We were literally waiting at Aldi for them to open. It is 9:42, so we need to kind of get a move on. But yeah, that is what's going on. I'm about to start doing some stuff in the kitchen. I just filmed a TikTok, and like I said, I'm also filming a reading video. I am doing my tandem read of Empire of Storms and Throne of Glass. Been reading it all weekend, sort of over it, but we are starting the new week fresh. We have the windows and doors open, letting some air come into the house, circulate, so it's not stale or anything in here. And then we got the candles lit, going to clean and get everything organized so that we can feel good. And then I will have to set aside some time before reading to be productive and get some schoolwork done. So that is what's happening. I think I'm actually going to put on my audiobook and start doing stuff in the kitchen. Okay, I've been running around and cleaning for a while, but we're getting to a pretty good spot. I don't even know what time it is, but we have a small TV that we had in our kitchen. We used to use it quite a bit, but now we have a mount for the iPad, so we're just not using it quite as much. But we also have a whole shelf of VHSs in my decompress room, and I think that I'm gonna put the small TV in here, and then that way I can use it for my ambiances whenever I'm reading, because I like to do that, or I can just throw on one of these movies while I'm in here and like have it on in the background basically. My wife had a ton of VHSs anyway. We actually have like barely any room for the ones that we bought this weekend, but we might be getting rid of those just to make room for ones that we'll actually watch. We found some really good ones thrifting this weekend. So the first one is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think that this is the animated version. We're not quite sure. And then we also found Shrek. The Snow White. I love the case on this one. Very classic Disney. This era of Disney is like one of my favorites. We also got Cinderella in that same just classic looking Cinderella case, and then also Casper. I am really excited for this. I think this is going to be the perfect movie to put on in the background, but it is some effort because I have to move a couple of these out and then put in an extension cord, run it over here, put the TV up. I have to move some of my cassettes and album things onto another shelf. I am not done with any of this yet. I actually hate the way it looks, but I'm gonna get my wife to help me put this TV in here. Actually, I need to make sure it can hook up. But yeah, we're good. The TV's old and like it's literally small. So that I think is gonna look really good, and it'll just be over here in this corner, like right here. You want to help me in a minute?
I can help you now.
Okay, so we ended up moving the mirror right here, so we didn't have to move all of these, and then we put the VHS shelf right here and the TV and then the VHS right there. I think it looks good, but we're gonna get a black curtain put right here because I hate the way these doors look. We also have one back here. It's like just white next to this brown and I hate the way it looks. But we got this working. We put Casper in just to see if everything was like plugged up how it should be, but we are going to try to get some new cords because I think the visual is a little messed up. It's kind of black and white, so we have to figure that out, but for the most part we're all set. I also hate the way this white door is back here, which if this is shut it'll look more like this, but have my albums and stuff in the background. The house is slowly coming together, starting to get it how we want it. It's just not perfect, obviously, because we have lives. Very, very busy. But once we get like this whole wall of books and knickknacks and then the vintage like VHS player, I have all of my physical, now that I'm thinking about it, this room is basically just my physical media decompress, sent back in time room. We're here for it. I love it so much. Okay, it is much later. We just picked up my dog, brought her home, and gave her a bath, and then pretty much all of our house stuff is done. We'll start getting dinner ready before too long, but we're just making chicken and dumplings, so we're gonna throw it in the crock pot. It is 12:30. I just sat down about to see what assignments and stuff I have for the week, and also like seeing if I even have access to them since it's a holiday. I don't exactly know. I should have access to them, honestly, but yeah, it is a beautiful day. As soon as I figure out what I have to do, I think I'm gonna be sitting outside getting some work done, whether that's reading or doing my class, whatever it may be, because it is just such a nice day, and also I want to be outside. Okay, so my first set of assignments are due Sunday, which is almost a week. 2 quizzes and then 2 discussion questions. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have 2 quizzes and 2 discussion questions per week, which I think should be fine. But I already feel myself wanting to not do this today. So it looks like all of these pages are locked. So I think I'm going to email my professor and let him know that I can't access anything. My assignments are locked, so I'm not able to do any of that, but at least I can go in and kind of see what this summer semester is going to look like. I'm very excited for this class. It's Human Growth and Development. It's an 8-week course since it's a summer course. I am very ready to get back into school and the swing of things, and I feel like I haven't sat in my office in weeks. I don't even think that I have, but I am very excited to get back into it whenever I can. But I emailed my professor just in case, because I don't want tomorrow to roll around and then it take them several days to answer, and then I only have 2 days to fill out the assignments basically. But due to that, I do have to edit a YouTube video, and then also like I'm still reading my book. So I think what I'm gonna do is edit my YouTube video and try to get all of that done, which luckily I can do that outside, like I said, or at my desk, pretty much just wherever I want. But right now I'm going to probably export the footage and put it on my laptop, get all of that done, so after I'm done eating my lunch I can hop in, start rough cuts and like all this stuff, and hopefully posted, I'm gonna say posted by Wednesday, but preferably I get it all done today, and then that way I can start rough cutting my reading vlog and all of that. But that's gonna take some time because these books are dense. This is gonna make a lot, so if we do dinner or something. It's just a little bit later. I finished eating my ramen. It was extremely spicy. I know I said I was at my sister's this weekend, but where she lives has this store with like imported ramen and snacks and things like that. I actually have like wasabi potato chips that I got from there, and then we got ramen and all this stuff. But I also got this pumpkin spice syrup mix, and I've been attempting to make a pumpkin spiced Earl Grey. I tried one at my sister's, but the portions were weird, and also I just wasn't exactly sure what to do with the syrup because I didn't realize how strong the syrup was, so it just wasn't exactly right. There was a lot of spice to it, so I'm hoping this is a little bit better. I'm also using oat milk with this. Yeah, that's a lot better. I didn't use nearly as much syrup or milk in this one. Yeah, just a hint of the spice. I think next I'm going to try to make a pumpkin spice chai at some point, but I've been loving my teas recently. I also started making the chicken and dumplings, put it in the crock pot so it can have plenty of time to cook, and then later we will continuously just check on it and things like that. But right now I have my drink. I am gonna go sit on the front porch and edit, hopefully get into a huge like just editing hole and get a ton of editing, hoping that I can finish in maybe 2 hours, so around 4 o'clock, and then I can read for like the rest of the night. And if I can finish earlier, then that would be good. My hair is crazy, but I read for a little bit and I put on my comfy clothes, and now I think it's time to put the biscuits in with the chicken. I also shredded that so that it would like cook better, obviously. But I put the biscuits in and then wait another 30 minutes to eat, and then hopefully going to just continue reading and hanging out. It's been a great day, and it's early. It's 5:15, so we'll be eating pretty early. Okay, I have the chicken and dumplings cooking. Oh, there's a bee outside the window. We have Coke Zero. I'm gonna try to make a dirty Coke from Sonic at home. We'll see. It took me a minute to find like a huge cup. Oh, wait. That's good. Okay. I'm waiting for my college to get back to me about some textbook stuff, but I think I'm gonna end up going to bed pretty early. It's maybe 7:30, but I just picked up What We Did to Survive off of my bookshelf. I actually just bought this weekend. I made some sleepy time tea with my new pumpkin spice syrup and milk, so I guess it's more of a sleepy time latte. I'm gonna read this. I think I'm gonna go outside, put my dog on the leash, go outside and read this just for a little bit. Like I said, it is 7:45, so I still want to go to bed at a decent time, but I think that I'm going to be able to get through this book pretty quickly. It's a lot better than Kingdom of Ash, which is literally almost 1,000 pages. I think I'm going to wait to do this for a reading vlog maybe, but it's going to be hard with school. Good morning. It's Wednesday morning at 5:56. I'm actually doing pretty okay on time today. I'm just making my lunch, and then I got some stuff for my coworkers at Trader Joe's. Listen, anytime someone goes to Trader Joe's, we will be like, hey, I'm going to Trader Joe's. Do y'all want me to get a list together? And then we get a list, and like whoever's going gets stuff for everyone. It's super nice. People have done it for me a lot, but this is the first time that I've been able to do it for other people. I have my big Trader Joe's bag that I cannot forget because I forgot it yesterday. And then I'm making my lunch. This week I'm doing turkey burger bowls and then a bagel breakfast sandwich, and I'm trying to see if these avocados are good. I don't think they are. The knockoff dots from Aldi that I got, and I like to bring a snack for my post-workouts because that's when I get pretty hungry. I basically have like times that I will eat stuff. I basically have times that I will eat throughout the day. I will not try to eat breakfast until at least 8:30, and then I will not eat lunch until at least 1:30. Now, if I have meetings or stuff is happening, then it can fluctuate, but I try to stick to those times because I've realized that if I eat my lunch too late or too early, then it kind of messes me up. The way that I've been doing it is like perfect. I have that song by Taylor Swift in my head. It's like, use your best colors for your portrait. Is that how it goes? Tolerate it. This is my Trader Joe's bag. Oh, I didn't realize that that side looked like that. I thought both sides. Anyway, I'm trying to see if my wife also made this cake. I think it might fit perfectly in there. For my coworker, today's his birthday. So we also like to do food days. It's literally like the side of the pan might not even fit, but if I have this stuff on top of it, then I think it'll be okay. And it's like very structured. Oh yeah, this is the best case scenario because I also have my backpack and my gym bag whenever I'm walking in, and usually if I'm bringing food, I have like 4 extra bags, so this is perfect. I wanted to update y'all since I kind of did not do that very well yesterday. I will say that I really slacked yesterday on school specifically. I looked at my class and obviously I got in, like I said, had an issue with the textbook. I'm still waiting on a reply from the campus bookstore on that. But I have 2 discussion questions due Thursday, and each of them have 2 main questions, and each question is like, do research on this topic and provide like whatever and summarize this and explain why the psychology of adolescence like affects you your whole life and things like that. I don't know if I've said this, but the class that I'm in is human growth and development. I'm actually very excited for it, but I'm gonna have to change the way that I do things because as it stands, I'm not gonna allow myself enough time to do everything. I can't read and sit here and make a really big dinner and sit down and have dinner at the table with my wife like all the time because I'm just gonna have to be studying and things like that, which really sucks, but I will figure it out. It's not like that big of a deal. I mean, those things are very important to me. Those aren't the things that I'm talking about. I'm just saying like, it's not like I'm never gonna be able to do those things. It's just little one-offs whenever I'm super busy. Yo, I'm trying to like talk and do all of these things, but I will catch up with y'all later. I got a release on my Libby app for a Freedom McFadden audiobook. I think it's The Locked Door, if I'm not mistaken. I don't exactly know. I did finish my tandem read yesterday. I have a lot of opinions. It is all in my recap video if y'all want to go watch that. I always have to move this. Got home a little bit ago. I don't want to spend too much time updating because I am in the middle of studying, but I am watching a study with me video and they're doing the Pomodoro method. 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and I just got through the first session. Got up and like got some water and chips because we're still waiting for some stuff to thaw out. We're gonna have a super easy dinner tonight, but I did get access to my textbook without having to pay for it. I don't know if I mentioned it the other day, but basically I was waiting for confirmation if I had to pay for my textbook or not, and my professor told me that I had to, but I started looking at my cost breakdown and the campus bookstore website and things, and I emailed them. I was like, hey, this is what I see, can you like just explain it before I spend $80 on this book to rent? And I already paid for it, so I got access to my textbook. I've been doing that. It is very interesting. I am definitely more interested in this than some of the other classes that I've taken. Yeah, that's what's happening. I have my wasabi flavored potato chips and then some water. I did actually make a spiced chai tea latte. I made it with vanilla and oat milk, and it was pretty good. I think I'm gonna have another tea later tonight, probably to get me to like calm down and stuff. This chapter is very long, so I'm trying to get today so that I can post my discussion questions tomorrow. I need to double check that the discussion questions are due by Thursday, because I'm pretty sure that they are. But like I said, getting back into the swing of things, really enjoying it. I think that I'm nearing my 10 minutes, but that is an update for today. That's what's up. That's what's happening. Good morning. No, good afternoon. It is Thursday night. It is 5:12 p.m. I just got home and made another spiced chai tea. I put salted caramel syrup and oat milk in this one. I have to get my discussion questions done today. 2 of them, each of them have multiple sections, which means I do not have any time to talk. I was not able to read through the entire first chapter yesterday. So basically right now I'm just going to figure out the prompts that I'm doing for the discussion question and then cross-referencing with the actual textbook. So that is the plan. I'm literally going to sit here and try to lock in as much as possible. I'll probably have my textbook on one screen and then the prompt and everything on another.
That of someone with an A score of 0 for hepatitis. Some people looked at this data and they said, come on, rough childhood. Your brain is like the nucleus accumbens, the pleasure and reward center of the brain. With the other oriented steampunk.
It is now 8:13. Wow, I'm actually finishing a lot earlier than I thought. I did stop to eat dinner and then kind of just like took my dog out, things like that. But these took quite a long time. I think it would have been a lot easier if I had been through the chapters before diving into them. But I had to do like what I had to do, like I said, researching in the chapter based on the question rather than knowing the knowledge and knowing where it was at in the chapter and then filling it out. But it went fine. I told myself I needed to stay up until 9:30 tonight or close to it, just to get stuff done. But I honestly thought that this would take me until then. Now that I'm done with this though, I think I'm gonna take my dog out. Going to make some sleepy time tea and probably start reading the chapter and taking notes and things like that and have myself a night. You may notice that something is different. I literally got home and I've been meaning to shave, and then I was like barely trimming it, and then I went over one spot and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, and I like cut way too much, very roughly shaved. And then I was like, my wife just cleaned this bathroom. She got home, as you can tell, the music is like blaring. She got home and started cleaning and I was like, uh-oh. Anyway, there's that, but happy Friday. It is 5:35 p.m. There she is. Friday afternoon. I had a really good week. I am just sitting down. I bet it gets very boring seeing me in the same spot, but this is the reality of my life. Whenever I'm in school, I get home, I put on the same clothes for like, I usually wear my comfy clothes for like 3 days before I switch them because I'm literally just sitting here doing nothing. But I get home, sit down, and then I literally like lock in to school. Luckily, I don't have any assignments due until Sunday. So I did get my discussion questions out. I basically just had to post them, and then I don't have to reply to classmates until Sunday, which is nice. But I have to finish the review for chapter 1, and then I have to finish writing my notes for chapter 2. I'm gonna make some flashcards and review them. And then obviously I have like a ton of stuff on my to-do list, which is on my phone in there, to edit my video, just things here and there. Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. The last thing I wanna do though is sit here and do this. Honestly, I really want to like go to a friend's house or go on a walk or do whatever. I really want to read. As you can tell, it is nighttime. I have not done any studying. It is now past 9. It is now 9:17 p.m. I sat down to study, and then we ended up deciding to go grocery shopping today instead of going either tomorrow or Sunday. Like I said, trying to have a Sabbath Sunday. I was also just not in the mood to like sit down and try to focus. I think that afternoon caffeine is just getting to me. But we ended up doing all of our grocery shopping for the week, and then getting home, cooking dinner, putting all of that away. I actually posted a TikTok of the like grocery haul. I've been doing these little like what we buy for groceries and then how much it costs and what it costs per meal, because we meal prep breakfast and lunch and then we eat dinners at home. Basically what I'm trying to say is we cook all of our meals at home and we try not to buy like anything frozen. We don't buy super easy meals. I just have something against that. But yeah, so I just think that it's interesting to see, mostly because a lot of times I see people say that it's not possible, and we spend a lot of time working through it. But for us, we can definitely manage that. So I just think it's fun content. I love watching it. I think it's really interesting to post. So I did that. We ate pizza, homemade pizza, and my wife went to lay down. So I am now going to sit here and finish these chapters. I feel like I have to force myself to stay up even later because of all the procrastinating that I've done and the fact that I just haven't studied at all, and I told myself I was going to. So I do have less schoolwork to do than I thought originally, but I do have a huge to-do list. I'm gonna try to still wake up pretty early tomorrow. My day is being cut short. I'm gonna sit here. I made an Earl Grey, so hopefully this will calm me down. I think that I'm gonna watch a YouTube video. I like to watch other people get productive and do study vlogs before I start studying if I'm in this mood where I just can't focus, because it genuinely gets me in the mood. And then usually after I watch it, I'm like, okay, now I can do it, I can focus, I'm gonna sit down and all. Genuinely, after I watch those videos, I feel like I can just sit and relax and focus on school, and I get a little motivated to do it. That's what I'm gonna do. Luckily, the YouTuber that I normally watch actually just posted a study video that is going to work out perfectly. It is 10:12 right now. I did sit down and get a little bit of studying and note-taking done. My hair's crazy. I just woke up. I'm waiting to shower until later. We ended up having breakfast. I have my cup of coffee. This is my second cup of coffee, but fully about to sit down and lock in for a couple hours because the movie is at 1:45, and I would really like to get like most of this done. I'm just planning on taking notes, and then I do have to edit a YouTube video that I want to get started on pretty soon. I might actually work on exporting all the footage and having that run in the background while I am studying. But yeah, I woke up way later than I wanted to. I did wake up at around 6 this morning, but ended up going right back to bed instead of getting up and being productive. I knew that if I woke up at 6, then I would not be able to focus, like all this stuff. But that's what's up. I'm watching an ambiance of Miles Morales gameplay with some like lo-fi music in the background, which is pretty nice. But happy Saturday. I hope that I can just sit here and focus. I have been having trouble with that the last couple days. Okay, we just got back from watching Obsession. Great movie. We very much enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I can't get any more schoolwork done until tonight, but it is 4:18. We're going to my friend's house. I'm gonna take my laptop, my camera, everything to edit. Tomorrow I'm just going to do school. Laptop bag has been so nice. Ignore the lighting. We don't have a light in our living room because this house is just so old and they didn't used to do that. But we just got home from my friend's house. We went over there for dinner. We actually had breakfast for dinner. They were so sweet and like cooked for us and all of that. But my friend actually messaged me and said that they were wanting to do something for my wife, because a little bit of a backstory, whenever we got married, it was like the week before her birthday. So whenever we were on our mini moon, we also celebrated her birthday, and my friend was like, I've just been feeling like we didn't really celebrate her birthday. So, and it was funny because I was saying the same thing. I was like, I've literally been wanting to like get her stuff and like celebrate it also, just because a phase where it's like life is so short, and if you like, why not celebrate the people that you love more than the day that they were born? Like, whatever, I don't know, but it just kind of worked out, and today worked out because we were already hanging out and all this stuff. So we set up birthday decorations, got her just like a couple little gifts and things, and she was super excited. And we got to see my friend's new couch and just hang out with them, which was really good. I actually did rough cut my entire reading vlog, which was awesome. I also found out that I lost footage. I have no idea where it's at. I've checked all of my memory cards, and I just can't find like the very last clip of me going over everything, thoughts, opinions, things like that. So it was good that I got all of that done. I did not get my discussion questions or like my quizzes or anything done today, just because of how it worked out. I don't have to work Monday, so I will be able to put off some like house stuff tomorrow. Oh, my battery's gonna die, cool. But we have church, meal prep, a little bit of left for grocery shopping tomorrow, and then I have my quizzes and discussion questions due, and then I'll hop right into next week's assignments and things. We have some friends that are also wanting to like go on a walk and hang out and just kind of catch up. Haven't seen them in a while. We have been super busy with moving and the wedding and all this stuff. Hopefully gonna get some time to hang out with them also tomorrow, which is nice. In a prayer that this works. I really hope, because if not, then it's just a problem with the TV. Used it before and it worked. But old things do sometimes stop working. Good morning and happy Sunday. We just got back from church not too long ago, changed because it is so hot outside. Since this is our first summer in this house, we are actually trying to see sort of how the heat's gonna be, so I'm not opening the house, like opening all the blinds and stuff, which is kind of sad. But we have a VHS player, and I have it in like my decompress room. We have this really little TV in here that I wanted to just put on, just to have stuff like on in the background. I'm not actually gonna be watching movies or anything in here, but I think the cord is messed up, the cord like to the VHS player, so we might have to try like something else. I don't exactly know, but I'm thinking about moving a TV that we have in the garage in here, putting it in this corner and trying to like see if that works, because I do want to have it working. I don't know. I have a ton of stuff on my to-do list. Quizzes, we're doing meal prep, lunch. Obviously, we still have to cook. But for some reason, this is like what I want to spend my time doing right now. I really don't need to, but that's just kind of what's happening. I think I might try to put this on hold and get stuff set up for meal prep and help with that. And then this will be a side project for like way later, I guess. I just get stuck on one thing. But I ended up staying up a little later yesterday I ended up reading. My book actually got to a really good part. Then I had to go to bed, obviously. So might end up reading a little bit later too, which would be awesome. It has been keeping cold in this house, and I like it. Okay, it is a little bit later. I have unfortunately not completed a lot of stuff from my to-do list. Every time I talk about this list, my phone is not in here, so I literally can't tell what's on it. But I need to go through the garage and figure out what stuff I can take to Goodwill tomorrow. I'm gonna give some mulch to my friend, so that'll clear out the garage. I put on there that I want to set up the cameras. We have like outside cameras that we just haven't set up since moving in, and we really want to get that done. Obviously, I have my quizzes and discussion questions due, which I am actually about to sit down and do. And then I am supposed to edit that reading video, which I did, but unfortunately I did not film an outro to that. So I also have to film the outro to my reading vlog. But since I don't work tomorrow, we have a couple doctor's appointments, but I don't work tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to do some of that tomorrow. And I really think that I'm gonna get my quizzes done, film and edit and post the rest of that video, and then all I really want to do is sit on the porch and read. If someone were to ask me right now, like, oh, like what do you want to spend your Sunday doing, it would be that. Luckily we can wake up early, basically the time that I would normally be getting up for work. Anytime that I have like a Monday or something off, I like to do that just so that I'm getting in the routine still. But yeah, so since I'm waking up early, I can get some stuff done tomorrow. Anyway, I really want to fill my cup today, so I might work out, maybe go to the park. That would be really fun. But it is 11:50 right now, so I'm gonna try to get this stuff done. I'm trying to get everything with a timeline done right now. So basically my quizzes and discussion questions. Relaxing. This is probably gonna be the last day that I have for this vlog, so I might actually start editing it today. I have to go so that I can be productive. Okay, luckily I can take these quizzes more than once, because I definitely did. I took my first quiz 3 times, which is the max amount of times that I can take it. Second quiz I took 2 times. I have my quizzes out of the way, which means I'm only 15 minutes over what I wanted to be at, which is great. It's only 1:15. Have a ton of time left, but basically I have to film the rest of that video so that I can get that done. I kind of don't want to right now. I literally just am done with this. I think I'm gonna go hang out for a minute and check my to-do list again, see what all I need to do. Is what's going on. It looks like an amazing day outside. I'm sitting here staring out the window. It is 86 degrees actually, so that's great. But I'm so glad to be done with that. A lot of stress doing that. Anyway, gonna go hang out for like a second and probably end up filming the rest of that video and then editing it on the front porch, posting, doing all the things. It's been quite a while. It is now 3:30. I have just been sitting on the front porch. Honestly, I came out here to edit and post my video, and then after that I have just been reading. I'm still reading What We Did to Survive. It's at a really good part. I just rate out here. The weather was really nice. The wind is blowing. I'm sure y'all can hear that. But I made myself a little snack plate. I have miso flavored chips that we got from the Asian store last weekend, and then just some pretzels I got from Aldi and a cheese stick. I was just a little snackish and I don't want to go crazy. Have my water and a green tea, so I'm all set. I don't know what these sirens are. Sounds like I'm in the city or something. Having a great time out here. It feels really nice inside. I think I mentioned how we thought we were having trouble with like cooling down the house, but car coming. Usually I would be in there in a sweater under a blanket and just kind of hanging out, reading in my room, but I don't know, the weather's just been nice. I'm like, let me take advantage of it, especially because I can only be out here until the sun sets, because whenever it gets sort of to where it's about to set, it is just directly on our porch in the front of our house, so it's just going to be way too hot. I really want to go on a walk, but also I know that it's hot. Yeah, kind of in the mood to chill for the rest of the day. I got a lot of stuff done that I wanted to get done. Yeah, great day.